Roll down the window, I need me some air. Blasting the music, they stare. I'll get me diamonds, hey baby, I care. Too much about it, I dare. You to try me, homie, listen here, there. All that you do is just stare.
Say, Maine, ever since I landed here in TNA, I've been a man on a mission. I'm holding gold thanks to my tribal chief Solo Sikoa. I am at the top of my game cause of him. But don't get it twisted, twin. I'm a self-made man, and tonight I'm standing on business, and I'ma say what I got on my chest.
Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another great episode of Total Non-Stop Action in here tonight. We are going to kick this off with Jacob Fatu. Ladies and gentlemen, we just saw him in the back not too long ago, and now here he is. Jacob Fatu, ladies and gentlemen, the newest member of the Bloodline and the current TNA X Division champion.
Making his way to the ring from Sacramento, California, weighing in at 285 pounds, the Total Non-Stop Action Extreme Champion, the Samoan Werewolf, Jacob Fatu!
And Jacob Fatu, ladies and gentlemen, has something to say here tonight. He has something on his mind that he has to get off his chest, ladies and gentlemen. And here tonight, we are going to hear just that. And it's going to be directly from the man himself. No Solo Sikoa, no nothing. And Jacob Fatu, ladies and gentlemen, about to pick up the microphone.
I have everything I
so
got
let's see
because
what
I
he has
took
to say.
it. I'm done playing these games with these whack-ass players. I need me a real challenge. Word up.
Interesting, ladies and gentlemen. Who is going to accept this here tonight? Who is it going to be walking down that ramp? Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen.
And his opponent.
And it is Leon Slater.
36 pounds, Leon Slater.
Leon Slater has been away from TNA, ladies and gentlemen, and now here tonight, he makes his return back to the Impact Zone. And this is an amazing challenger for Jacob Fatu here tonight. This dude has been doing his thing wherever he has been at, and tonight he's gonna do his thing here on TNA. And Jacob Fatu just staring down Leon Slater, ladies and gentlemen. But let's get this matchup started. The bell has run. Oh, and Leon Slater, ladies and gentlemen. Ooh, and face first down to the freaking ring, ladies and gentlemen. And Leon Slater telling Jacob Fatu to get up. And this is quite a matchup here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. The brute force and physicality and the stiffness of Jacob Fatu meets the agility and the versatile athlete combination that is Leon Slater. So I just know this match is going to be a great way to kick off TNA here tonight. And referee official Chad Patton, ladies and gentlemen, in the building. Oh, and Jacob Fatu with the Samoan splash. Acknowledging Solo Sikoa, ladies and gentlemen. And here tonight, he's going to do this for Solo. And now Jacob Fatu puts him in the corner, ladies and gentlemen. What does he plan on doing? In a spear. Taking him down, ladies and gentlemen. And now, what is, oh my goodness, and Leon Slater, ladies and gentlemen, elbowing his way out of that one. Oh my goodness. And Leon Slater. Oh, and now continues to do more damage. I thought he was going to go for the pin. It would have been nice to see the pin, but Leon Slater has other things in mind here tonight, and a Swanton Bomb. Leon Slater connecting down onto Jacob Fatu, ladies and gentlemen, but he was not able to get the win here tonight. And now Leon Slater, ladies and gentlemen, from the top, and a frog splash. And Leon Slater, ladies and gentlemen, continues to break down the body of Jacob Fatu and takes him down with that move once again. And a big kick to the chest. Leon Slater, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness, this was our first splash. But Jacob Fatu with the body slam. Oh, now where is he going? Jacob Fatu going to the top turnbuckle, ladies and gentlemen, and he connects with his own Swanton Bomb all the way to Leon Slater, and no, Leon Slater kicks out. What an amazing match here tonight. Oh, and Leon Slater, oh my goodness, and goes for the pin. Can he get the cover? Can he get the win? And no. This is incredible, ladies and gentlemen. What an incredible way to kick off TNA. Leon Slater dodged that one, ladies and gentlemen. Over the top, down he goes. Oh, and he missed that one. Jacob Fatu moved down in time. And now Leon Slater, ladies and gentlemen, on the verge of another attack. He wanted a worthy opponent, and ladies and gentlemen, Jacob Fatu is getting just that. I think Jacob is bleeding here tonight. And if he is, this has become personal for Jacob. Oh, now he goes to the top, ladies and gentlemen. Ooh, and Leon Slater. Ooh, with the, oh my goodness, a combination of the chops, and Leon Slater rebounding himself off the ropes with the big elbow to the face, connecting, and now he goes to the top, ladies and gentlemen. Leon Slater, the highlight of the night, goes crashing down to Jacob Fatu. And I think the problem is that Leon Slater might be a tad bit faster, tad bit quicker than the Samoan Werewolf. But just know that when Jacob attacks, he does it in a manner where you are going to feel that shit for days. And here tonight, the fight has spilled outside to the ring. And personally, it has not been looking good for Leon Slater. Oh my goodness, right onto the barricade. And Jacob Fatu breaking the count here tonight. And Leon not moving whatsoever, ladies and gentlemen. Fatu picks him up and takes him down one more time. And what is Jacob looking to do? No time he's gonna go for it again. Oh no, right on the, oh no. and Jacob Fatu, the Samoan werewolf, has been unleashed. That did not look good for Leon Slater, ladies and gentlemen, and a swanton bomb did not connect onto Leon Slater, ladies and gentlemen, and now Leon Slater with the splash of his own to the outside. And I think this is the chance, this is the part, this is the point where Leon Slater, if he knows what he is doing here tonight against this opponent, he could get the win here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. But if he doesn't know what he's doing, if he's not locked in, he's not focused, then Jacob Fatu will know that, he will recognize it, and he will use it against you. And now both men back and forth, ladies and gentlemen, and Jacob, once again, oh my goodness, sending him to the ropes, takes him up in a freaking power bomb. Jacob Fatu, ladies and gentlemen, has him. Takes him to the outside with that clothesline. And now Jacob Fatu running the ropes. Oh my goodness, and a dive over the top rope, ladies and gentlemen. Jacob Fatu connecting with that dive over the top, ladies and gentlemen. Jacob Fatu has been unleashed. We see Leon Slater, ladies and gentlemen, now sends Jacob Fatu back inside. Oh, and now Leon Slater, ladies and gentlemen, from the top and a splash. He's going up high with it. Leon Slater, ladies and gentlemen, with the splash from the top, ladies and gentlemen, the thing that Leon Slater does the best. Can he get the victory? And he does. The move that put Leon Slater on the map, ladies and gentlemen, is the move that defeated Jacob Fatu here tonight on his return back to TNA.
Every week that I have been showing up, I've been showing out. And that's because I am Jordynne Grace, the TNA Women's Champion. Mercedes wants my gold, but I'm not giving it up that easy. To keep proving that I am the fighting champion that everyone deserves, tonight I want current Women's NXT Champion Lola Vice, who won it at Stand and Deliver. 2 women at forefront of wrestling in the same ring.
As we continue with more action here tonight in the Impact Zone, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness, we're gonna be seeing Jordynne Grace here tonight. And we know this has become personal with Mercedes Moné.
Champion versus champion contest is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring from Austin, Texas, the Total Non-Stop Action Women's World Champion, Jordynne Grace.
And here tonight, Jordynne Grace, ladies and gentlemen, she will be fighting up against Lola Vice, ladies and gentlemen, the current NXT Women's Champion. We forgot to mention that on the last previous show of TNA.
And her opponent from Miami, Florida.
But here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, Lola Vice
Women's Champion.
walking in with the NXT Women's Champion A champion versus champion here tonight. Except no champion is on the line. But this match is gonna be a banger. The NXT Women's Champion versus the TNA Women's Champion. Last week, Lola Vice stepped in the ring with Mercedes Moné, former TNA Women's Champion, ladies and gentlemen. And Lola Vice quickly targeting down Jordynne Grace. Oh, and Jordynne Grace quickly moved out of that one, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, and Jordynne Grace. Oh, my goodness. And Jordynne Grace feeling herself in this matchup. You know, the match last week between Lola Vice and Mercedes Moné, I gotta say, it was one of the best matches that I've seen. I look back at it and this became one of my favorites. Oh, and Jordynne Grace quickly running after Lola Vice. Like I was saying, it has become one of my favorites. And let's see how Jordynne Grace does against Lola Vice. But as we are seeing currently, Jordynne Grace is the one dominating Lola Vice here tonight. But then again, earlier this week, Lola Vice also had a tremendous match against the women in NXT. And, you know, she did her thing in NXT, but now she's in our home. We don't care about NXT. We care about TNA. So she has crossed over from NXT to TNA, just like other superstars have crossed over from NXT to TNA. Lola Vice is just the current one that is doing it so far. And Jordynne Grace, like how I said in the past, she is feeling herself here tonight. Why? Because she knows that the Lola Vice she's in the ring with is not 100%. Oh my goodness, and a brutal kick to the chest. And Lola Vice was not able to connect with that one, and Jordynne Grace goes back into the ring. Oh my goodness. And Jordynne Grace connecting. Oh my goodness, and the chop that breaks down Lola Vice. What is Jordynne Grace thinking of doing, ladies and gentlemen? Oh my goodness, and the head bouncing off the pole. That looked very dangerous here tonight. Oh, now Jordynne Grace has her right here in front of the turnbuckle. Not the turnbuckle, but the barricade, ladies and gentlemen. And I thought she was going to send her crashing on top of the barricade, but no, she put her straight through the fucking ground. And now, ladies and gentlemen, both women back into the ring. And Lola Vice looks like she is in pain here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. This does not look good for the current NXT Women's Champion, and a fucking brutal spine buster. continues to do the damage onto the back of Lola Vice. Now both women grapple it up, and what is Jordan thinking of doing? Oh my goodness, and a chop again. And both women going back and forth here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. No one is stopping here tonight. They just both keep going, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness, and they just attack each other non-stop, ladies and gentlemen. And Jordan Grace overpowering Lola Vice here tonight. Oh, and Lola Vice. Oh, and Jordan Grace takes her down. And Lola Vice reverses that one and sends Jordan Grace into the corner instead, but that did not last very long. And now, ladies and gentlemen, Jordan Grace on the attack here tonight. Rib first to the knee of Jordan Grace. Oh, now Jordan Grace, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness, with the muscle buster here tonight. But Lola Vice gets back up here tonight. Jordan Grace sends Lola Vice to the corner, and what does Jordan have in mind? Oh, and Jordan Grace stopped Lola Vice in her tracks. And now she goes for the move that has put away many women. Can it put away Lola Vice? And it does. And Jordan Grace, oh my goodness, Mercedes Moné out of nowhere attacking both women. And here tonight she continues. She's attacking the both women. And here tonight, she continues to wear the clothes that she was attacked in.
Styles and the OC can and will continue to run their mouths. And the main reason is because they will never be as great as us. Y'all got to understand that me and Devin will continue to run TNA now and forever. The OC is banned from the arena tonight. So any fans who bought tickets to watch the OC, you might as well go and get a refund. Tonight, we will get Fraxum.
As we continue with more action here tonight, and now we continue with tag team action, as we should say, because the Dudley Boys are here. And you know what's crazy, ladies and gentlemen?
The following contest is a tag team match scheduled for one fall. On the way to the ring, and a combined weight of 603 pounds. The Total Non-Stop Action World Tag Team Champions, Bubba Ray and Devon, the Dudley Boys.
And I was gonna say, ladies and gentlemen, it's crazy how the Dudley Boys are here, but AJ Styles and the OC were banned from entering the arena here tonight.
their opponents at a combined weight of 336 pounds.
And Fraxium, ladies and gentlemen.
Nathan Fraser. Fraxium.
Making their way into the ring. Last time we saw them, they faced off against the OC. And here tonight, they face off against the current TNA Tag Team Champions. They have been doing their thing in NXT, ladies and gentlemen. And now here tonight, they are going to do their thing in TNA. I'm going to just clear up some things. They both, Fraxium, both of these men have a contract with TNA and NXT. But once their NXT contract is up, they could re-sign with NXT or stay with TNA. Oh, and Axiom, ladies and gentlemen. Then Axiom to the top rope, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness, and a splash onto Devon Dudley. Oh, and he did not calculate that shit. He did not calculate it right, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, if he would have been a little bit more to the ropes, he would have got it, but I don't think Axiom really calculated that. But now he's moving up on that. And now, ladies and gentlemen, he's looking to do damage, but the damage is done to him instead. Oh, and Devon, ladies and gentlemen, and Axiom No quickly puts up boots onto Devon. And now we have Nathan in the ring doing his thing, and now he goes for the cover. And now, ladies and gentlemen, Nathan with the elbow to the back of Devon. And Bubba saving that count here tonight, making sure him and Devon are still in this match. I just wonder, for the next pay-per-view, who is the Dudley Boys gonna face? Are they gonna accept the fact that the OC have been challenging them for the TNA Tag Team Champions? They have been wanting it. Or are they gonna give it to somebody else? We don't know. We don't know. I mean, we haven't seen Gallus because they're back in NXT doing their thing. That's the only reason why we haven't seen them, because they got called back to NXT. They're finishing up what they have to do. The same thing with Fraction goes for them. If they want to re-sign with NXT, they could, but if they want to just, re-sign with us, then it's perfectly fine. And Nathan Fraser, ladies and gentlemen, kind of reminds me of Seth Rollins, the way he moves. And now look at Axiom, ladies and gentlemen. Are we thinking? And he goes for a dive through the middle rope, ladies and gentlemen. And now Axiom, what is he looking to do? Ooh, punches Bubba Ray. Now standing next to Bubba, and Bubba couldn't believe it, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, and Axiom, oh my goodness, landing on Bubba. Oh, and Devon, ladies and gentlemen. And now Bubba comes back into the picture, ladies and gentlemen. Tag team action here tonight. And now Bubba going to the top, and he's looking to fly. And now he goes for the cover. Can he get it? And no. And now Devon gets tagged back in, ladies and gentlemen. And Devon gets sent to the corner of Axiom. And now Axiom, ladies and gentlemen, he took a little quick breather as he stepped outside. Oh, and Devon fucking got him there. And now Axiom gets sent back to the opponent's corner. And Axiom, ladies and gentlemen, oh my goodness, Bubba is just doing some little dirty work on the side here tonight. And Devon kicking now after that spectacular move, and Nathan Frazier hyping up the crowd here tonight. Oh, and Nathan Frazier kind of distracting the ref. And takes down Bubba. Oh, and now look at Axiom, ladies and gentlemen. From the top down he goes. And now Nathan Frazier takes the action to the outside with Bubba. I think Nathan got tired of Bubba kind of cheating his way into every time Axiom was in the corner of their opponent. I think he got tired of that, and I would be too. So I don't blame him. And now we see Nathan continue his work onto Bubba here tonight. And now look at Axiom, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, I thought he was gonna go. But I don't even think the ref knows what's going on behind him. I don't even think he sees Nathan holding down Bubba Ray. And Devon, ladies and gentlemen, goes for the cover. And they get the win, ladies and gentlemen, here tonight. Wait a second. I thought the OC were banned from the building, but they are in TNA, ladies and gentlemen. They are here. No way.
What's good, Mr. Bischoff? Glad I found you, because you the man I wanted to talk to. You see a man with your knowledge and expertise can use someone like me in your world championship picture and division. I am a lot better than that moose guy you got right now. Just give me a chance, and I'll show you what's up.
I like your enthusiasm and energy, Mr. Williams, and I've seen what you have been doing in your short time in the main roster of Raw. You've had a lot of close calls, but always end up coming up short. I don't like seeing that, especially if it's the Trick Williams. I also liked what I saw last week, so I'll do this for you. Tonight, I'll put you and Moose in a triple threat match against a returning TNA World Champion.
As we continue with more action here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. That is right. We're going to be seeing the current TNA World Heavyweight Champion.
The following contest is a triple threat match. Making his way to the ring from Maryland, weighing in at 299 pounds, the World Champion.
And Moose, ladies and gentlemen, he is here. And this match is gonna be in a crazy match. Why? Because we're gonna be seeing Trick Williams, Moose, and somebody who's making their return back to TNA, who was also a former TNA World Champion. And Moose here tonight with some bandages from last week's match inside a steel cage with Trick Williams.
From Columbia, South Carolina, weighing in at 205 pounds, Trick Williams!
And Trick Williams, ladies and gentlemen, ever since he showed up to TNA, he has been loved by the fans. But the way he is trying to do things is not the way you do them like that. That's not the right way. But if it works, then it works, and I can't say shit about that. And now, ladies and gentlemen, who is it gonna be? The returning former TNA World Champion. Oh my goodness, could it be? And it is, it's Eric Young.
Weighing in at
Eric Young here tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
Young!
Making his return back to TNA. And Eric Young, ladies and gentlemen, looking a lot better than what he was looking before. I could say that. He's looking different around this time because before he left, I mean, yeah, he had the tattoos and stuff, but I feel like he has a new attitude towards him. And now this match, let's get it started, ladies and gentlemen. Trick Williams targeting Moose right away. And Eric Young quickly doing his thing here tonight. And now we see Trick Williams evading that attack here tonight. And now, ladies and gentlemen, what is he gonna do? Oh, and a big kick to the back. And now we see Moose and Trick Williams going at it, ladies and gentlemen. Has him at the top. Oh, and Trick Williams goes down, and he gets him with that pin. Moose being taken down by Eric Young, and now Trick Williams doing the damage onto Eric Young. And a drop kick that was avoided by Trick Williams. And Eric Young was not able to connect with that one. And a DDT by Trick Williams. Ooh. Trick Williams, I feel like he's on top of his game right now, man. He's dodging and avoiding everything like he has a spider sense or something. Oh, and down goes Trick Williams after being hit with that stop sign. Trick Williams gets tossed to the outside. And now we see Moose and Eric Young, ladies and gentlemen, going at it back and forth. Trick Williams cracking a glass tube on Moose, ladies and gentlemen. And now Trick Williams with the suplex onto Eric Young. And now we see Trick Williams picking up Moose, ladies and gentlemen. What does he have in mind? And a DDT. And now Trick Williams is the only man standing in the ring. Oh, and Trick Williams missed that one here tonight. And Moose bringing in that table now gets attacked by Eric Young. And Eric Young bringing out another table here tonight. And now all men actually go back inside into the ring. And Trick Williams just running through Moose like a damn truck. Oh, and Trick Williams gets hit again by that stop sign. And now Eric Young goes for the cover. And no. And now Eric Young, ladies and gentlemen, goes to the top. Ooh, and no, landing right on his fucking tailbone, ladies and gentlemen, in a DDT. Trick Williams having trouble with Moose. And once again, Trick Williams is having trouble with Moose here tonight. Oh, now they're about to tag team him. And straight through the table, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, and now Eric Young takes down Moose. And Eric Young picks up another table, ladies and gentlemen, and no, he puts it down. And now Eric Young, Trick Williams avoiding that one here tonight. But now we see, oh no, we don't see anything. There's nothing happening now. Once again, Trick Williams to the outside, and now it's just Eric Young and Moose. And a suplex quickly by Trick Williams onto Eric Young. And now he has that table, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, and Eric Young brought in another light tube here tonight. But he was quickly stopped by Trick Williams, and down he goes. Oh, and look at this. Eric Young, ladies and gentlemen, takes him down. And Moose quickly stops that. He did not allow that to go any further. Oh, and Moose takes him down with the clothesline instead. And a freaking chair shot onto Moose, ladies and gentlemen, and Moose rolls out to the outside. And now we see Eric Young targeting Trick Williams. And Moose is back into the picture, ladies and gentlemen, back into the ring. And takes down Eric Young into the corner. And now it's just Eric Young and Trick Williams standing up at the moment. Oh, look at Trick Williams. Look at Trick Williams. Oh, and Eric Young reversing that one here tonight. Chair shot after chair shot here tonight are being delivered by the hands of Eric Young. Oh, and Trick Williams just tosses him like he was tossing a trash bag to the dumpster in a chair shot. And now Moose grabs a hold of Trick Williams. And oh my goodness, that's crazy because Trick Williams was about to start doing his own thing. And Eric Young caught him right on time. And now it's Moose and Eric Young, ladies and gentlemen. What does Eric Young have in mind? And a clothesline to the back. Now stomping the ankle of Moose. Oh, and now Eric Young, ladies and gentlemen, Moose rolls out. The move, I was about to say the move that he did earlier is probably the move that was going to win him the match, but Moose locked back in quickly. And now Eric Young drops that table, ladies and gentlemen. This whole show of TNA has been action-packed. And all roads lead to the next pay-per-view, ladies and gentlemen. And a spear connects onto Trick Williams, and no, Eric Young stops that instead. And a press by Eric Young onto Moose. And now Eric Young, ladies and gentlemen, continues to do damage. Oh my goodness, and just throwing that stop sign onto Trick Williams. Oh, and not connecting with that elbow shot all the way from that distance is crazy. And I gotta say that Eric Young thrives in this, or I should say in these type of matches. He thrives in this environment. Oh, and now, ladies and gentlemen, for the third time, on to Trick Williams. And no, Moose is there to stop it once again. And then Trick Williams rolls out. And a drop kick by Moose. And now Eric Young rolls out as well. And Moose quickly goes to the top turnbuckle and a shoulder tackle from all the way up there. And now Trick Williams, ladies and gentlemen, gets picked up by Moose and sends him crashing into the post. Bodies are everywhere, ladies and gentlemen. And Eric Young connecting. And now Trick Williams, ladies and gentlemen, with the neck breaker onto the back of Eric Young here tonight. And now Trick Williams, what does he have in mind? Sends Eric Young back into the ring. And a bookend onto Moose here tonight. Oh, and Eric Young connecting. Can he get it? And he does. Oh my God.
Here is your winner.
Eric Young picking up the victory on his return back to the Impact Zone. And here tonight, this match was a fucking banger. All these matches have been bangers, and they're not even the main event.
Your time as the champion will be cut short. And that is because tonight I will be introducing the new TNA International Champion in a spectacular way. I told you that if you didn't join me, I will eventually get what I want. So I hope you're ready, because you will be in a 5-man elimination Extreme Rules match for the new TNA champion.
Listen to me, you idiot. I don't know who you think you are, but you are a nobody, and you always will be just that. Unlike me, you can take everything from me, and I'll manage a way to get everything back. And that 5-man match, I ain't worried about anything, because when it's all said and done and written in history, Kenny Omega will be remembered as the best wrestler in history. So may the best man win, and that's gonna be me.
And as we continue, ladies and gentlemen, with the main event. Five men will enter the ring and they will fight it out for the new TNA International Champion.
And is for the total non-stop action International Championship.
The new champion that has been brought in by Eric Bischoff.
Weighing in at 229 pounds, the total non-stop action television champion, Kenny Omega.
And Kenny Omega, ladies and gentlemen, one out of the 5 men who will be stepping inside the ring with him, all eager to place their names first on the TNA International Championship. Oh, and that is right, ladies and gentlemen, Carmelo Hayes here tonight.
Massachusetts, weighing in at 210 pounds, Carmelo Hayes!
And Carmelo Hayes, ladies and gentlemen, him making his entrance here tonight, walking down the ramp, hoping that he becomes the new TNA International Champion. And Carmelo Hayes just 2 out of the 5, ladies and gentlemen. But here he comes. That boy is bouncy. And Javon Evans, ladies and gentlemen. The newest member of the TNA roster, ladies and gentlemen.
And from Greensboro, North Carolina, weighing in at 170 pounds, Javon Evans!
And Javon Evans, ladies and gentlemen, continues to capture the audience and the attention of the whole TNA. And out here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, Stax Lorenzo is making his singles appearance here tonight.
And representing the family from Chicago, Illinois, weighing in at 232 pounds, Stax Lorenzo!
And Channing Stax Lorenzo, ladies and gentlemen, has the opportunity to do something that he hasn't done, and that is capture gold. But who is the 5th person, ladies and gentlemen?
And from Rutherford,
Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, is it him? It's Steve Macklin, ladies and gentlemen. Steve Macklin making his return back to TNA. And he's just walking down with the dead stare, ladies and gentlemen. Coming in with the motorcycle, the military pants, the tactical vest, the handkerchief around his neck. Ladies and gentlemen, this man is ready for war. He's not here for games. He's not here for a fight. He's ready for a full-on war. Just look at the way he is walking and staring everybody down. Bro is calculating every move, every second. Let's just pray for the people here tonight. And look at that beauty, ladies and gentlemen, the TNA International Champion. And now Steve Macklin, oh my goodness. He got dropped with that knee of Kenny Omega. Bro, that man is not moving. And now with Carmelo Hayes, I think he hit him with the first 48 and he kicked out. Now we see Javon Evans and Kenny Omega, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, and it's Kenny and Carmelo. Both men share history together going back since NXT, ever since Carmelo Hayes was the North American champion. And Kenny Omega stepped into NXT and took it all away from him. And now we see Steve Macklin just freaking landing the punches, making it rain on Carmelo Hayes. And Javon Evans doesn't really want to get mixed into that because he knows what the fuck is going to happen to him. Oh, and Carmelo Hayes returns him with the fist of fury. And Carmelo Hayes taking down Javon Evans. And now he goes for the cover. And this was crazy to think the interaction that Eric Bischoff and Kenny Omega had backstage, the words they exchanged, and how, I actually wonder how they both feel. You know, I know Eric Bischoff is probably excited, for this, put the championship to rest and bring in this new one. I feel like he feels excited, but, Kenny Omega, if he doesn't win this championship, then the champion that he currently has is going to be retired again and no longer in use. Oh, and Stax Lorenzo with the big boo onto. Oh my goodness, and friggin' Steve makes the kick out here tonight. And Steve Macklin hasn't really had a good start this whole match here tonight. Ooh, and a DDT onto Carmelo Hayes. Now he goes for the cover, and no. Just look at the size difference between Steve Macklin and Carmelo Hayes. Oh, Stax Lorenzo and did not make that happen. He miscalculated it because Javon Evans was more towards the inside and not the outside. But look at Javon quickly taking advantage of his mistakes, of others' mistakes, and now quickly takes advantage of that. Ooh, and Kenny Omega met him with the brutal knee to the face. And now it's Steve Mack and Kenny Omega in the ring. Oh, and Kenny Omega. Can he get him? Who will be the first person to be eliminated here tonight? Because this is an Extreme Rules elimination match. That was incredible. Bro literally dodged both men going at him at the same time. And Stax Lorenzo is the first one to be eliminated. Oh, and now Kenny Omega. Oh my goodness. And now he goes for the cover onto Steve Mack. Can't he eliminate him, man? He does, man. Only 3 men remain in this match. Carmelo Hayes, Javon Evans, and Kenny Omega. And look at Javon Evans, ladies and gentlemen, eliminates Carmelo Hayes. Ooh, and Javon Evans took down the ref here tonight. Oh, now it's Javon Evans and Kenny Omega, ladies and gentlemen. Repeat from what we saw last week. And now what does Javon Evans have in mind? Oh, he's going for the table, ladies and gentlemen. Ooh, and another brutal forearm onto Kenny Omega. With the brutal chop to the chest. And now Kenny Omega sends him to the corner, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness! With the one-wing angel, ladies and gentlemen, he goes for the cover, and no. Oh, Kenny Omega bringing in a chair, and Javon Evans gets up quickly. And now, ladies and gentlemen, Javon Evans picks up Kenny Omega. Oh, trying to put him at the top, and no, Kenny kicks out on that one. Ooh, and Javon quickly turns that around with a brutal clothesline. And now Javon Evans puts Kenny Omega onto the table. Oh, what does he have in mind? And a hurricanrana onto the table, through the table by Javon Evans. Ooh, and Javon Evans was not able to connect with that as Kenny Omega moved quickly. The last 2 men remaining, who will be the last man standing in this match, and who will capture the new TNA International Champion. Ooh, and quickly hits him with the fucking table, ladies and gentlemen. And Javon Evans moving the table around. He did not like it where he placed it. And Javon Evans quickly attacking Kenny Omega here tonight. Ooh, and Kenny Omega caught that leg. Back first onto the barricade, ladies and gentlemen. That has to hurt. Oh, and Kenny Omega has him over the shoulders, ladies and gentlemen, face first onto the turnbuckle. Oh, and Javon Evans dodged that one, and that way Kenny Omega fell right on his back. Oh, and Javon Evans got sent to the outside, but no, he quickly turns that around in a flying clothesline. Connects instead. Oh, and Kenny Omega gets back up. And now Javon Evans just looking down at Kenny Omega, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, and what is Javon Evans and a DDT onto Kenny Omega on the freaking side of the ring. Oh, and what is Javon? And a frog splash all the way to the top. Flying all the way to that table. Oh, now Javon Evans sets that table once again. But what does he have in mind? Oh, lays him on the table, ladies and gentlemen. I think he might do what he did last time, and he does. But this time, he makes sure that the table was up. Ooh, and a knee onto frickin' Javon Evans, taking him down, ladies and gentlemen. And we have a new TNA champion. Ladies and gentlemen, Kenny Omega capturing the new TNA International Champion, holding both champions now, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in, and thank you for watching.